Lactation Fairy. So recently someone asked me how I came up with the name Lactation Fairy and what it all means. So the name Lactation Fairy was actually a nickname I was given at work. I was actually given 3 nicknames. The Breast Whisperer, the Latch Whisperer, the more crude version, which is the Titty Whisperer, and the Lactation Fairy. So the Lactation Fairy was one that stuck, and I kind of went with that one. So my motivation behind my personal brand, the Lactation Fairy, is actually completely altruistic. I really want all mothers to feel supported and educated and have an incredible breastfeeding journey, and it's so hard. Part of the motivation for creating the Lactation Fairy was because when I first started breastfeeding in 2011, my first baby, I had such a hard time and I was on the verge of quitting. Every 2 hours I would quit, and then 2 hours later I'd try and breastfeed again, and it was just awful. And I persevered somehow, and those of you that know me know that I went on to breastfeed for 10 more years. Whole decade of breastfeeding. Wow. Not the same child, obviously. The first child breastfed for 3.5 years, the second one for 3.5 years, and the third one, I want to say 4.5, but it might be closer to 5 years, but he definitely was weaned by the time he went to school, which is great. I'm not that weird. So just imagine thinking that you weren't going to make it through the night and then all of a sudden you're breastfed for 10 years. I'm also a lactation consultant and NICU nurse, and highly motivated to bring education and support to the world. So if you think about the story of Cinderella, Cinderella was locked up, she was at her lowest, life couldn't get worse, and her fairy godmother comes and sprinkles her magic and makes her life better. So I want you to think of me as your lactation fairy godmother. I'm going to sprinkle you with education, with my lactation fairy dust, and motivate you and love you and tell you that you're the radiant mother that you truly are, to really help you through your breastfeeding journey. If you're listening to this and you're on the verge of quitting breastfeeding today, I implore you, take a deep breath, do some breast yoga, and wait until tomorrow. Reevaluate. I love you, I care for you, you can't quit today. You're gonna get the help that you need. I just want to remind all the radiant mothers out there that you are so beautiful, and if you're breastfeeding just a little bit or a whole lot, it doesn't matter. You are amazing, and every drop of breast milk that you are giving to your baby is not only going to have profound, beautiful impacts on your baby's life, but also on your life too. It's such an incredible, beautiful gift, and you are so radiant. I love you, and I'm sprinkling my fairy dust. Yay! Lactation fairy dust. Peace and love.